The word constitutional democracy it's not insignificant that your adjective is constitutional. It could be democratic constitutionalism.
What's the significance of the word? It's
because constitutional democracies have placed the word constitutional before the word democracy in order to create a set of rules whose main emphasis, while it gives rights to everybody and how the state is governed, is to limit powers of majorities. Therefore, constitutional democracy distrusts majorities by its very nature. So it's a liberal notion that distrusts majorities. Fanon actually talks about this, talks about why not switch the words around. Why is it not democratic constitutionalism, which means you first accept that the majority is an important component for protection and their views. But this is not without ahistorical. Democracy is not a timeless concept. It's also circumstances specific about each country. So I think in post-colonial countries, liberal democracies or proponents of liberal democracy in the modern world, in post-colonial states, use liberal notions of democracy because they are not trusting of black majorities that emerge from the colonial political setup. But we need to think outside that, and that's why I'm introducing to you a term. Why don't we call it democratic constitutionalism? Because it's important with an adjective you use to describe what.
So in your democratic constitutionalism, let me see if I understand it correctly. You're saying democracy would then be the dominant feature and constitutionalism would be subjected to democracy.
Absolutely. And I'm not a liberal, and I'm not saying it's an insult to be liberal, but what we are taught to think is that there is nothing else that works. No, that's just a choice, and political scientists will tell you that there is a variety of choices of how to govern and how to run courts and how to run states. Unfortunately, in South Africa, because we are not taught critical thinking, in fact, it's discouraged. When we are taught law and jurisprudence and all of this, we are not taught that this is just but one way of seeing the world, and these liberal notions of what the law is. And so what I'm